Welcome back to episode 43 of the Spaz podcast. We only have two of us, so
And you know what?
you're
Sometimes
welcome.
it's better that way.
Sometimes
We
it's
can we can
better.
talk about things more in detail without having the peanut gallery. The problem is if it was me and Gideon, it would be peanut gallery all the way. But whenever it's Landon and me, it's like we get like kind of lock in and super focus in and talk about super deep, serious, long form stuff, and we don't like.
We've both read Meditations, and if that tells you anything.
Speaking of, we're actually gonna start with this today. Will you go to today and read?
This is one of my favorite books.
Uh,
It's a great book.
Honestly, yeah, I've only been using it for 3 or 4 days now, and it's definitely.
It's a great
Well,
book.
actually, wait, go back to the one I
It's-
had marked. Is that training day or like things happen in training?
Things happen in training.
Okay, yeah. So I was actually thinking about this. Sometimes, but so.
I like how you handed it to me just to
Oh yeah, you.
take it back.
No.
Okay, oh, yeah, wait, oh,
No,
okay.
no, no, okay.
Oh.
I feel, however long it takes to read it, go ahead.
All right. So this is actually for April 26th. So this is a little bit behind, but the title of it is "Things Happen in Training." So it's a quote by Marcus Aurelius saying, "When your sparring partner scratches or headbutts you, you don't make you." Holy Hannah,
I
bro.
know, the way he wrote, the translation must be
Yeah,
really
it's
bad.
All right, so when your sparring partner scratches or headbutts you, you don't then make a show of it or protest or view him with suspicion or as plotting against you. And yet you keep an eye on him, not as an enemy or with suspicion, but with a healthy avoidance. You should act this way with all things in life. We should give a pass to many things with our fellow trainees. For, as I've said, it's possible to avoid without suspicion or hate.
And then I think
Yeah, and
the
read the
last
bottom.
half of that paragraph by what's his name?
Ryan Holiday.
By Ryan, it illuminated it for me because honestly, I read that first half and it was so obscure. I was like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing here.
So he says, Ryan Holiday says, when you catch an elbow or an unfair blow today, shake off the pain and remind yourself, I'm learning. My sparring partner is learning too. This is practice for both of us. That's all. I know a bit more about him or her, and from my reaction, they're going to learn a little bit more about me too.
It's
Great book.
a good book. For that one, I liked that it's like. Even like the thought of the thing that everyone's had, driving in traffic and someone cuts you off, and like you want to get super pissed or whatever, but it's like I'm training and they're training, but then you narrow it down even more, and it's like me and you have our interactions, and I've noticed that I've gotten mad at you before and you've gotten mad at me before, but it's like we're training. Like if you view life as like we're both in training and we're not enemies with each other, treat it like training. Just be like, it doesn't matter. We're both learning. We're not gonna hate each other over this.
I think one of the perspectives from it that you could take is like when he says like they headbutt you or scratch you or whatever the case, they don't always necessarily like do that. Like if you're scratching someone in like jujitsu, like that's not what you're supposed to do. Like it could just be an accident. Like not everything's out to get you.
You're too new.
Or yeah.
Because I don't know if this is true or not because I don't do martial arts at all. But from what I understand, they say sometimes it's the brown belts and the white belts that hurt other black belts because they don't know
Like proper technique.
yeah, they don't know proper technique, and so they throw their weight around. They hurt themselves and they hurt others because they don't know what they're doing. Whereas a black belt like has so much awareness of what's happening that they can move things around and not hurt someone that's going full force on them or whatever. And so I think that like yeah, if we're both sparring, I'm not gonna get
like
mad
someone
at
in-
you if
yeah.
you scratch me. But I think in real life we are in training mode, and we forget that we're in training mode, and we take some things that we say personally, or I get mad at somebody for not showing up at the podcast. But
Which is quite frequent, as you can tell.
like we're in training, so it's fine. I think some of these things Do you ever read them in your head and they sound so much better in your head and you try to articulate it out loud and you feel like you sound
Oh.
10 times dumber than you actually are?
Like I know what I.
Or
need
maybe
to
you are
say.
that dumb. Maybe what you think in your head is not how smart you actually are, but how well you can articulate something outside is equally as dumb as you are. Because that means that I am a room temp IQ moron.
I think you know what I've noticed actually though is to like learn how to articulate yourself more, like writing more, and honestly more, not even necessarily typing. Typing I'm sure helps a bit, but like writing, because when you write, because like typing you can just type something up real quick, but when you write you have to think as you're writing, so it kind of
Like
makes
pen
your
and
brain,
paper?
yeah, like pen and paper. Right, you shake your head because you journal on your computer, but I journal in pen and paper, and you have to write and know what you're writing before almost, but as you're writing it, you kind of
Mm-hmm.
ad-lib it, but it makes you think as you, so then your articulation is a lot better.
I feel like I always lose it. I'm like writing something and I write like a third or a fifth of the time at the speed that I type.
But I think that's that
Well,
helps
they
with
say
the
that your
articulation,
brain
right?
is like more active whenever you're writing. It's like, yeah, you're physically writing instead of typing. Like,
Yeah.
No.
But I think
whatever.
that helps with the articulation, because it say right, you just talk and you just ramble on, but if you learn the patience of writing and your thoughts as you write, that can help you process your thoughts faster. Not necessarily faster, but better, so that when you talk, you're more articulate and concise. And
Yeah, there's magic to it. I choose not to. You know, of all if you're anything like Landon and I, we read every single self-help book that's ever been under the planet, and we get fed on all the short-form media content. Every other, like, you should do this and you should do that. You should do ice baths. You should go running, and you should say this, and you should look at your girlfriend in the eyes every single night, and you should read them stories to each other. It's like a random TikTok I just saw. And you should do this, and you should do that, and you should like walk outside and touch grass every single.
Don't tell Bryce. I was trying to
What was the rest
I
of
was
it?
trying to put his stickers on for him, and
Sometimes you have to let go of some of those
I found the
habits to
rest of it.
focus on the ones that you're still not perfect at yet.
yeah.
And so I'm okay with hearing a really good habit that I'm like, I would want to do that, and I could see the benefit of doing that, but I'm in the middle of the 3 or the 2 habits that I'm trying to build, and I'm going to let maybe I'll write a note of it to come back to it later, but it's like I have 2 things that I'm like trying to master. I would rather, for me, it's the quote of Jackie Chan or some other Asian dude that said, I fear not the man who knows 500 kicks, but the man who practices one kick 500 times.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather take the Pareto principle for habits, the 20% that's going to get you 80% of your results, and master those, and kind of let everything else fall to the wayside, and pick the ones that you like. I like ice baths. I wish I could do it more. I'd spend $5,000 if I had it on an ice bath every day, but I just take cold showers. Like that one probably not as like optimized for everything else as it should be.
You know, it's great. This is a total side note. So my wife is.
We'll get to the
pregnant,
business part
right?
here in a second. I don't even know. We're
Sorry,
just talking now.
Yeah, sorry.
This is the party in the.
Welcome back to your scheduled Spaz podcast.
Yeah.
So my wife's pregnant, right? We're doing a registry,
What?
and you know how some people would just put a car on there.
That's
on the
tough.
registry.
Did you?
No, I want
should've.
to. I'm going to. Don't worry. But
yeah.
she put on an ice bath for me, so I get to have ice baths.
Like one of those super nice ones.
Not the super nice ones, just like the inflatable, like just ice bath ones.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be sweet. I haven't done
Oh.
an ice bath in a while.
We should go half in on one of those pumps. One of those 1 horsepower pumps that cool it down because we're getting into the summer.
If I was staying close to you, I'd say yes, but
Oh yeah, you're
I'd
gonna
have
be
to
down where
travel,
Bryce
yeah.
is at.
yeah.
That's
So.
ridiculous. Okay. Well, leave
But
it here
that was
and
a
come up
side
to
note.
here before.
Oh, that's right. I'll do that. Never mind. I'll just
If I buy anyway, I cannot. I almost bought one 3 different times in the past 6 months. Like I had the money to like $3,000 for like one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
like full. Anyway,
It'd be
not
nice.
important.
But onto the business side for the
I forgot what
mullet
we were talking.
series.
There's something else that I was gonna.
About like the self helps and all the. So
No, I
let
finished
me
what I
get
was
your
saying.
let me get your thought though real quick on, because you said the not Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. He had the quote of like, I don't fear the man of 500 punches, but the man of 1 punch or whatever, right? Yeah.
If you're not the man who's trained five or something around learned or knows 500 kicks,
Yep.
it's the man who has practiced one kick 500 times.
Yeah, yeah. So, what about the quote, "Jack of all trades"? Have you heard the full quote of "Jack of all trades"?
Master of none.
Yeah, but a master of some is oftentimes a master of one. Let me pull this up.
This is a great quote, and I love this, and this is something that I think about probably daily. This is actually going to segue perfect into the businesses that we're talking about, actually. From far away, I thought you were just spelling out the F word, and I was like, good for you, bro. I don't care. I just like, why is this?
So yeah, so
A jack
it's
of
up.
trades is a master of none, but
Hold on, wait, you missed the all. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
so I would agree with this kind of.
Why do you say
So
that?
there's three ways that you can do this. I don't know how you are, but I know how my grandfather. He was an electrical engineer, and he owned his own like analog electronics business for the oil industry. He would like build these like dashboards that were like semi-fire proof in case an oil rig fire went down. This would still be like the last resort to get certain electronics turned off, and some other things that I still don't fully know. He would say to me, because him and I are almost exactly the same as far as we have a certain level of distractibility and ADHD. I don't know if that's and so I remember I was really young. Not really young. I was like 15. And I remember he had this job, but he also had a hobby of like putting on insane light shows in his house. He was one of those guys that like one of the ones that you would see on YouTube.
Like the
But like this was before all the electronic. It was like there would be
the Christmas Vacation. Have you ever seen a Christmas Vacation?
I don't know, like he had a computer server set up in one of his like laundry room,
Oh, okay.
and it would be dancing, and there'd be music, and there was a radio station, and he had a radio transmitter,
was,
and you
like,
would put in
synced
your
to
car,
it and
and it would be synced to it,
Yeah, yeah.
and there was like thousands and thousands of dollars of LED lights that would dance across, and there was a big giant tree, and he would do whatever, and then he also had like his office was full of like a lot of different stuff, and he pretty much said like I was asking him about his career. And he said, I'm a jack of all trades. A lesson I learned late in my career is I need to focus
On one. Well, I mean,
on
you hear
many
the
things
quote
more. And so I would
on
say
many
my,
things
my,
more, or
my answer would be a polymath.
polymath or polyglot.
Polyglot is language, I thought.
Yeah.
Polymath is different, like, educational disciplines.
Oh.
So a polymath would be essentially what would actually be an entrepreneur, which would be like they've kind of mastered, the business. They've kind of mastered psychology and marketing. They've kind of mastered, like they have 4 or 5 different disciplines that they like are world class in, but they're not, the level 9,000 Apple coder who makes $400K a year,
Mm-hmm.
and they do one specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
And no one else in like the entire world can do this one type of thing as quickly, as fast, and as good as he can, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're saying he wish he.
so I would say all things in moderation. So that looks so much better actually. That looks so good.
Well, so
all
the
things
quote.
all things in moderation would be, if mastering one is fine, trying to master all things at once is also fine. Picking 2 to 6 things, or 3 to 5, and becoming world class in those 3 to 5 things instead of in one, that's the like moderation. Does that make sense? Picking 10 is better than picking 100.
Mm-hmm.
But one, it narrows your scope, so you'll definitely be if you can become world class in one thing, besides a sport, in any form of business, you become very useful and you can make higher than most people, 200 to 400.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can master 3 things or 5 things in the business world, you're essentially either a CEO or a high level executive, and then your income can skyrocket. But most people never master one, and everyone and people like me, smart, capable people. I'm not that smart, but they try to master 50 things, so they move from one thing to the next. Like there's a hobby of like unicycling or Rubik's cubing that I definitely picked up in high school that I could pick up again right now, be at a level 2 or 3, in a month I could be at an intermediate, and then I would probably drop it again. So I would be cycling through hobbies every 5 to 10 years. Whereas if you pick 5 and you say, I have these 5 things that I'm going to be working on, a project that I need to do, I'm going to drop the other 5 hobbies that come up on my Instagram feed, and I'm going to not master one thing, I'm going to master 5 things. I'm going to cycle between these 3 things. So then you're a polymath, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like this is taking someone who's a PhD in neuroscience, and then all of a sudden they decide they want to own their own business whenever they're a research scientist, and then they go and build one business. That's like kind of 2 masteries right there. One is neuroscience, the next is business. They probably suck at business up front, but they have something they've mastered before, and they take that knowledge into the next thing. And then there's diminishing returns at the end, but it's better to have diminishing returns and get to the higher level of mastering those 3 to 5 things.
Yeah.
And like if you're not getting to the diminishing returns of a career, whatever, I'm talking too much. But I've thought about this so much, and it's like for me, it's like pick 3 to 5 things, and cycle between those things.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess. Yeah. Usually, cycle is probably the best way to go about it, huh?
Because like, and the thing is this is important. The reason I say cycle is because you need to pick a week or a day or 5 weeks or whatever, and it's like, okay, this is the one thing I want to master right now. It's like marketing or whatever. I'm going to sit down for 3 weeks and I'm going to go, how do I master this thing? And I'm going to read the book, and I'm going. Because
you almost have to
there's more to learn.
Because you're saying, at least you were saying, as a CEO or anything like that, you're kind of specialized, but as an entrepreneur, you have to be more well-rounded because you have to know. But I guess CEO is kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Of certain areas, like they can go deep on certain things, but their time they can only pick a few things to go deep on, and typically what the business needs.
Yeah.
A lot of them start out as engineers, so they have the ability to go deep and to solve engineering problems. So whenever they need to, they can walk down and with the engineers and work with them. But then they also understand marketing on a deep fundamental level that a lot of engineers might not care to ever even learn.
I think to become really successful too, you almost have to learn. You have to master more the managing aspect, because I can't remember if it was Hormozy or someone else that said it, but basically you just need to hire people that are really good at it.
Yeah, and so I think the thing is, the problem is early on, you are yourself, and so you have to, pick 2 or 3 things to master.
Then if you really want to be making into the big bucks and all that stuff, you have to.
You take the
you
money
want
that
someone
you
that is the master of one.
And hire them. Exactly, totally.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I say that jumps into what we were going to talk about today was I just wrote down land in business and in business, because we're going to talk about your stuff first.
Yeah.
And I think that this time we don't even care. This whole podcast might just be us going straight down the weeds of your business and mine, and what our ideas are and what our goals are. And so for me, when we're talking about this, the most important thing is making a list of priorities and then working on one of those priorities. Right? So functions in our businesses as man of one here and man of one with you, certain things move the needle and are more important than others, and you have to emotionally be okay with letting those other things fall to the wayside until you either need to fix them, hire someone to fix them, or let them be bad until they don't need to be bad anymore. Or there are certain businesses where the existential risk to your business stays the existential risk, whether you're a man of one or a man of 10,000, or a company of 10,000, right? And so it's like sometimes you just can't fix the problems that exist in the business. So with your business, you want to do bookkeeping.
Yep.
This is funny because people are going to get whiplash if they have been listening, which I don't know if anybody has been. Typically, I'm very high level geopolitics and how it affects major businesses and small businesses.
Yeah. I'm more the small business and just kind of like stocks
and so
just economics, I guess. I mean, geopolitics and everything, of course, affects that, obviously, but I usually try to go over more of just what's happening, mainly because my major is finance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I usually focus on stocks and investing, and that's usually not necessarily mainly, but what a lot of statistics say is most people that become like millionaires or whatever the case may be, they don't usually own businesses. Usually they just invest in the stock market, and then by the time they retire, they have the money saved up and they just live. And I think that's majority of people, but the people that listen to this podcast are usually, if you're watching, either you're here for the spaz part of it or you're here for the business part of it that we usually go over for most of the
both.
podcast. And
I don't.
hopefully you're here for both, but
Who knows? Well,
we try to go over both. Some episodes, as you can tell, when it's just us,
I wonder if we're
go
screwing
into
ourselves.
both,
The pie chart of people that are into
Where
business
it's-
and comedy. Who
but
knows?
it's just being skewed.
Yeah,
But hopefully you're in it for both, because I mean,
we are. I feel like it's weird.
yeah, we're in for both.
I feel like I've never met someone that owns a business or any person that doesn't enjoy comedy unless they're like.
I mean,
Or
even Alex Hormozy
level
says some of
9
the
million
only people
Karen.
he actually follows on social media are comedians.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're here for the comedy as well. But we also like to
There's
go
not gonna
over
be much
because
comedy in this one. We're
yeah,
gonna walk
sorry.
in. No, but I want us to finish and say one last thing, which is, I think this episode is gonna be straight up just in the weeds business stuff and all business because we have no other peanut gallery essentially reining us in, trying to bring any comedy into the pod, and so I think sometimes
we'll have some
there
comedy
might.
still, but
I think there sometimes might be time where it's just like, you know what, like the whole overarch. If there's a whole arc of this entire podcast, it's going to be me, you, and whoever else wants to be involved, building businesses and learning, growing, and reaching our full potential, and maybe helping other people do that as well, and
Yeah.
like having fun, like. And
that's what we're trying to do, is just build the businesses, and so that's
now it's
part
the
of the
weeds.
reason for the so kind of part of the weeds. I mean, Bryce, he's the only one of us that's made money so far from
No, well,
his-
technically, I've made money from one or two other businesses. I mean,
I guess yeah, that's
what do we
true.
define as businesses? I mean, technically, in high school, I made the most amount of money ever. I made like 10 grand.
I guess talking on the
doing
current
lawn mowing.
on the current business ventures, because
of course.
throughout, of course, but the current business ventures that we're on right now.
Toothpicks covered in cinnamon.
Actually,
Totally, yeah. I sold Tabasco. That was probably the worst business venture I've ever done in my entire life, but I wasn't the investor, so it didn't matter. My grandpa was. He thought it was a good idea, so I guess my heart wasn't in it. But I went to a national jamboree for Boy Scouts, and he bought me like a bucket of the little baby Tabasco sauce bottles. You know what I'm talking about? Like so small, not even. And it was a barrel, and they were all like in like industrial packaging where there's like the grid. And he was all like, they found a super sweet deal on it. And so they bought it, and then they're like, you should sell these, and you could even do them for like 50 cents or $1, and it would just like a couple of them would have paid for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so busy doing so many other things and trading patches and whatever, I didn't sell that many. I started just handing them out the last day or whatever. Like the last 3 days, I was like, I don't give a freak. Don't give me a penny. And so it was funny. But there's a lesson in there about something about having your heart in it and bad investors. No, okay, I want to
Something
jump
about
into your stuff. Unless you have anything else. Sorry.
No, I think that kind of covers it. At least to kind of give you a basis.
Yeah,
of,
why we're doing this? Why is it
yeah.
going to sound like straight up two people
Like,
trying to
yeah.
figure out businesses?
It's because we're trying to figure out businesses.
And
I think the other, I guess one more thing I'd probably say would be like, a lot of the times they always say like get a mentor and everything, but sometimes I can't remember who said it before, but someone said that getting a mentor that's 10 steps ahead of you or 20 steps, 100 steps ahead of you, that's the billionaire, and you're just trying to make your first million, isn't always the most helpful, because not that they haven't like done it before, obviously, but that they almost might be so far out of reach that it's almost better to have someone that's 5 steps, 6 steps ahead of you instead of
And
100 steps.
that's something that I want to talk about here before we go into that. Just reminds me of like, I don't know if anyone's watching this. We're probably gonna have weekly stuff, but me and Bryce have been throwing around the idea of trying to find people that are 2, 5, 10 steps ahead of us, that are here local to the state that we're in, local to the city that we're in, and the pitch would be just be like, hey, we have a business podcast. We would love to just interview you, and have 1 or 2 or 3, or I don't ever want to do 3. I'd rather do 2. We just pick 2 people, the person who got the interview, and then maybe the person who picks, and being like, what advice do you have? This is what we're doing. Or I don't know.
I think we could do two or
if I'm a billionaire, if I'm a
people
millionaire,
probably,
and people invite us to a podcast, I don't want to give out free advice of how to fix their business. I don't know. I think I would, But I don't know if some of these guys are like, I don't care about fixing your business. I want to like be famous, or I want to do. I don't know. I don't know what the motivation would be behind people why they would say yes, and what we should interview. Maybe ask about their lives and their successes and crazy stories, but not like, hey, what advice do you have for us? And we have to give a lot of detail to really get good advice. You know.
I'm curious though with like how Bryce is
Bro,
calling.
you're on the pod. What's up? What's up, baby? Are you mad at me? Did you see my text?
No, I haven't read them.
Oh my, bro.
I hired a new bike.
You got a new bike? Did you trade it?
Did you trade it? Is it nice?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where you live, to be honest.
Are you gonna be here? Do you want to come record with us?
Send me your location here.
What? You've been to my house so many. You're just coming from a different direction.
I think
Do you want me
one-
to type it in or like tell it to you out loud?
I'm lost on the background.
I'm not saying it out loud. I'm such an idiot. I would have had to edit that out.
Yeah, I found it. I found out where I am.
Oh wait, do you want me to text you or no?
No, you're good.
Do we want to do this?
Yeah, so we do that at least for a little bit till the peanut gallery shows up.
Okay, we'll see you in a sec. He's like here.
Yeah. I guess one more thing I'd say about it would be, I guess not necessarily about that, but just a thought of how other people start their podcast, right? Like there's been other people that have started their podcast, and they interview people, but who did they interview first? You know, like we've got to start somewhere to interview some people, and so
Well, no,
it's just if they're interested.
No, what I'm saying is it appropriate if we do get someone who, let's say, net worth 10 million? If the first 30 minutes were like, what's crazy stories? Where'd you come from? What's the motivation? And then I'm like, I have a business and I'm like failing and I've been doing this and doing this. Like, what would you say? What should, like, asking for advice, but like giving detail to see if they can give like a real advice. Like if that's inappropriate to do in a podcast, it's literally like using the fact that we have a podcast to like peddle free
Our own
advice from someone
businesses.
who's already more successful than us, when normally you'd have to like pay for it or ask for a mentorship or something like that.
Yeah, I
That's,
think
like,
the other thing though
weird thing I
too
was
is
thinking
we
in my
could
head.
probably, I mean, we can have conversations with people, and be like, hey, like, but that could be like a beforehand and all that good stuff. So I don't know, but
Yeah.
basically, I mean,
We'll figure it out.
that's what we plan to do. So I know Bryce is gonna show up. There he is.
Bryce. You're not gonna bring
Bryce.
your bike in here? Do you wanna? We don't even have mics set up.
No,
we're
we've been
20
going
minutes
for
in.
yeah.
Do you wanna be a part of it, or are you busy, or what's up?
Hold up, this is gonna be funny because the one person that commented how this was the worst podcast ever, and the first person that commented how it's like,
Undo one of those and then add the one that just came up.
yeah.
Here, I'll do it. Wait. Say what you're
But
saying. You talk.
basically, we're gonna have some fun comments for all of you watching. I sure hope you comment how bad this podcast is, because I think it's great. I don't think anyone can hear you right now, Bryce.
That's why I'm not talking.
It's good. You can use that one.
Yo.
Wait, did I get it
So
right?
so tell everyone what you just did. He's got both mics in front of him.
I
Test.
Put it on mute.
Test. We're gonna just do this in the middle of the podcast. Test. Oh yeah, that's why you're saying everyone's gonna get mad at us.
Yeah, because we're literally doing it. The one when you were on the phone and we just set you up for the first 5 minutes. That was hilarious.
got a new bike.
You got a new bike. What kind of bike?
It's called a Talaria MX4.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Pull
Yeah?
up a picture.
Is it fancy?
Test.
Pull the
Um,
picture. I've
it's-
never
I
seen
hope
it.
it's right. If someone can't hear us, who cares?
It's more or less like, I don't know if you've heard of a Suron.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a Suron, except for way better. But
Is it better? Because I heard Sauron's like it's like the standard.
Suron was the standard 6 years ago when they were the only bike that was doing it.
Say something.
Hello.
Mute yours. Test. Hello. Okay, we're back.
All right.
Let me look up a picture of this.
Yeah, let's look up.
How do you spell it?
T-A-L-L. Tal. R.
Talladega Nights.
E-A. Like I-A. Like Spanish vowels.
Okay.
Are you sharing the screen?
No, here, hold on. Let me pull this up. No, we're doing
Podcast show screen right below it. There we go.
Whoop, hello. There we go.
Go to images. That you dead serious just got one of those? Dude, you know what you should do, Bryce?
Did you
should
trade
do-
your other bike that you just got for that?
So yeah, this is a $4,000 bike, and I just traded a bike that I bought for
Dude,
$2,900.
You need to do the thing that Ryan Trahan did, and you need to trade a penny, and like you need to do the penny trade
That's
thing.
not what I wanted.
Do you want to move it back to us?
Oh wait, no.
I'm
hold on.
thinking I'm going to upgrade the tires.
There we go. We're good.
No, pod one to show
Yeah,
us.
hold on.
There we
There
go.
we go. We figured it out.
It's okay, babe. I got
So yeah,
you.
I'm thinking I'm going to upgrade the tires because right now they're really puny baby little stock idiots.
Yeah.
But really, like dollar for dollar,
You were
that
up,
does
you're,
increase.
You're up. Dollar for dollar, this trade, you like almost unethical.
no, it was an old guy. He's retired. He wants something to ride to the store. Last year you could ride this to the store. This year you cannot.
Oh, so it
Wait.
is hyper ethical.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know
So
how
why
Solving
couldn't
problems.
Why couldn't you write it? Oh, so he wanted some.
Is
so
that
the
too
bike
big
that
to be on the
he
road now
gave you-
because he would have to get it registered essentially now?
Yeah, this you have to have a license, endorsement, insurance, registration. You have to have everything if you're going to ride it on the road.
So do you have everything?
I'm not going to ride it on the road.
Oh,
Strictly
oh,
a
if
flip.
You're gonna, oh, okay. So he.
Or-
yeah, okay.
Or it's going to be my wife's dirt bike.
Tough.
Nice. Wait. So what about the other bike he got?
I love that thing. I don't know if I want to sell it, to be honest.
Okay. So
Which
yeah,
one?
you had multiple
Ours?
bikes.
No.
The Super 73.
Yeah. So I had two Super 73s.
Nah, but
So you traded
and
one
you
of the
sold
supers
the-
to him.
I sold the worst one, yeah.
Tough.
It needs new brakes, new brake pads, new. It needs some stuff, but
He wrote it and he was like, tough.
yeah. I mean, it's still a good trade. I mean, that bike it's worth $3,000. His bike, I mean, on a used market, it's probably worth $3,200. So he
Fair
came to
trade.
me. He wanted to do the trade.
Hey,
Done.
I'm not saying it, you would do
So
anything
you still have
unethical.
the.
I was just
you
kidding
still have
about
one
that.
Super 73, and then you have
Yeah.
just this
The
new one.
Doofenshmirtz mobile.
That
I
one.
love that thing.
Let's tell people about
The
that one.
smile. We didn't talk about it last podcast.
I know.
We kind of did. Bryce came to me and he said. No, I can't do this.
Okay, I'll
he
tell the story because Ammon's buffering right now. Basically, I found a really good deal on. They're called Dummer scooters. They're made here in Utah. They're sick. They look so goofy. Maybe pull up a picture, bro.
Yeah, Dumber Harry, and a bunch of other stuff is gonna come up. You have to type in e-bike afterwards.
Dumber scooter. Or just type Dumber scooters.
No, you're gonna get stills from the movie Dumb and Dumber. I did that so many times. There we go. The Doofenshmirtz mobile.
Oh, there it is. The first one.
Yeah.
All right, that's the Mary. So
Well, no,
Go down one, go
to
down
another
one.
page and type in Doofenshmirtz on his bike. Doctor.
wait, you found the stickers?
Well, the first 15 minutes, they were. I don't know if Garrett hid them from you, if they were like sitting below. They were sitting right here, and I was just like, "Here's the stickers."
The freak, dude. I was so sad.
That's exactly what that is, bro.
You need that helmet.
You need a
and
baddie on
then-
the back, bro.
Yeah, well,
My wife gets on the back.
Vanessa was his daughter, right? I always thought
Yeah.
that was a weird dynamic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, yeah.
Landon's gonna be able to do that soon.
With my son.
Oh, frick.
It's a boy.
My bad. Got Chase's daughter mixed up. I'm
Yeah,
such a
it's
bad
okay,
friend.
Whatever.
Big
Yeah, he
L.
just doesn't care about any of
Embarrassing
us,
for
but
you
whatever.
personally.
To be fair, I only heard as of today that he's having a boy.
That is true.
I knew
That's
a
true.
while ago.
Yeah.
How did you?
I think he was gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm better than
But
you.
oh
It's
well.
okay.
I hate to
We
say
were-
this, but I might have to go, to be honest.
Oh, that's fine.
Thanks for
That-
showing up to the
we
podcast.
we were about to kind of lock in and go in the weeds on the businesses that we have that are failing and wasting our time and energy. And if you want to talk about any of that or any feedback of why Landon and I are failing and not in the money in our businesses right now, please tell us. Dead serious.
Yep.
This is a business podcast. We talk too much about Iran war. It doesn't affect us. You know, the business I'm trying to start, I don't need to buy gasoline to make my business run, you know?
Yeah,
Not yet.
Doofenshmirtmobile. Have to pay the power bill.
That's right. That's why I bought it. Dr.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get Hayes to pay half of your power, right?
No, he doesn't. I
Oh.
keep forgetting. He probably paid, of the like 5 months, he's paid twice the bill. So I'm just like paying a double energy bill. Whatever. Any
advice?
genuine feedback? Because we're gonna spend the rest of the podcast workshopping what we need to do.
I started
And we're gonna
mine at the
commit
beginning of the
publicly.
year. Have no clients. Ammon, where are you at on yours?
I'll have to talk a little bit of a story because mine's changed a little bit.
With yours, I mean, I think yours is obvious. Like,
I just need to call.
you just, yeah, you haven't really tried. You also haven't had much time, so I mean,
So you're telling him he needs to drop out?
you have to make
Yes,
the
I'm
choice.
just kidding.
I mean, if your business is the most important thing to you, then you have
Gotta
to
make the time for it.
yeah, you have to make the time for it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, you already know that, so
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that. Ammon, you just need more ADHD meds. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Probably the most real
That's
thing that's
probably
been said.
kind
No,
of
I'm
true.
kidding.
I don't know. Should I? I should try. You know what? I have a doctor's appointment to ask for a bunch of sleeping meds. I'm gonna also ask for Adderall. I'm gonna just turn into Wolf on Wall Street.
That's a great
No,
movie. We
no.
should watch that all together.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah, it's. I
You
I
know the
think
first scene?
it's hilarious.
But where did you watch it? Did you mute? Where did you watch this movie?
I've seen that part.
Yeah, where did you watch your movie? There's so much in that movie that's insane. What are
Yeah,
you
it's
ta-
hilarious. The whole time I'm like, there's no shot this is actually real.
No, most of that was real.
Exactly. That's why I'm sitting there laughing through the
But
whole thing.
I'm saying we don't need to be watching that kind of stuff. So you're thinking so more focus.
More focus, less mental masturbation, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
What do you,
Like instead of like just thinking like, oh yeah, this is like, yeah, like I'm gonna do this, but then like you're not actually doing any of it. You're just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great,
totally.
and just do the thing.
I
Like
think
like mine, like I just need to do the calls and like get some clients.
Yeah.
Like I've done outreach, but I haven't like done cold calls
Why
yet,
do you think
so-
your businesses are easier to manage than the businesses that we're trying to start? Like, do you think that it's not? Like, how come? Like, is there mental masturbation in flipping beds?
I honestly don't really know if I've made money, to be honest.
Are we gonna get
just-
flagged for saying mental masturbation?
I'm not worried about of the 30 we've made and the hundreds more we'll make. If no one watches this, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I think we're far enough in. I think the AI only screens like the first like 10
20
minutes of
minutes.
the video.
I think with my businesses,
You have a nose hair.
You should have booped him.
Eyelash.
He booped me the other day.
yeah,
I've
booped
never
you,
fully
man.
recovered from that.
What did I do?
That was the funniest thing of like the entire week that week.
we
What
were
happened?
standing at work, and he asked if he could go to lunch, and I say no, and he just
And bro's like,
stares at me, and just
dude's like halfway solving a problem with a customer, and I just look into his eyes and just boop him on the nose.
and I've never fully recovered since.
He's wondering if he's a bottom or not.
Okay, back to what you were saying. I think I've found success in the things that I do just because I
You just go out and
You just
do
said
the
you don't know if
thing.
you
I just
made
do
money.
it. Well, I guess I know I've
Is
made
there
money.
a halfway between where maybe I do a little bit too much overthinking, and like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if someone was in between us, there'd be an equal amount of planning but an equal amount of action.
I have way less planning. I just kind of wing everything. Like I feel like you're always
Do
like,
you think that
here's
you-
my calendar. It's
do you think
booked
that you
every
could
single
gain?
minute.
Do you think that you could gain from planning more?
Maybe,
And do you think I can gain from planning less?
definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think
And
that
maybe I need to try planning more, but I think I've reached a point where
I think you've solved so many problems now that like there's not necessarily planning that needs to be taken. You've just like you haven't
I think
planned,
that-
but you've got the experience where you don't necessarily need to plan.
I'm,
if that
I'm
makes
in
sense.
my own little niche, kind
Yeah.
of.
I want to. Do you want feedback?
Yes.
I think that you have a little bit of shiny object syndrome. Do you think that you do or don't?
I think I do on purpose. And hear me out. In the
Okay.
sense of like,
Okay.
like I don't drive a regular F-150. I drive a Raptor.
Okay.
Why? I mean, yeah.
Well, no,
it's
no. I'm
cool.
not even saying. I'm not saying shiny object as in you have too many good, nice things. I'm saying there comes a period where you're working on something, and then it gets really boring. And instead of getting to the next level of being from a beginner to an intermediate, you would rather become a newbie to a beginner in a new thing perpetually. So like when a project gets hard and you're like the business that you have now, you could take to the next level and you could figure out how to have employees, and you could figure out how to like take on like more risk, and like your margins would get compressed, but you'd be able to make more money. And then you're like it's like I think you do a little bit of the mental masturbation with each company that you want to start, like the drone ag. Like it was really cool and you were thinking about it a lot, but now you're like, ooh, that's risky. I don't want to do that. There's kind of like a mental hurdle I have to overcome to do that. I'm just gonna focus on the next thing. I'm gonna get a different job instead of owning a business. I'm just gonna like have a job, which is like
Oh, okay,
whatever.
I see.
Does that make sense? Like when something gets hard in a project, instead of sticking with it, you're like you subconsciously find something new and shiny, and you kind of just let the other project fall to the wayside.
No, and I think you probably know more than anyone that I have like a new business idea like every month.
Every
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
or every week.
Like every
It-
month, yeah,
It's
every
learning
week,
to
really.
let go of that idea and saying, is this one better than the one
Buckle
that I've been
down,
working
or-
on?
yeah.
But
Sorry,
I think
for-
I don't know. I guess that just maybe boils down to just me just having no idea really what I want to do and not
And
wanting to
that's-
just be locked in on something when I don't know if it's the best thing for me or whatever. But
Because I guess
Is
my
the best-
hold on. My question for that would be, are you wanting to know what you want to do, like trying to find the money, or are you wanting to know what you want to do, like joy wise, like to find joy in what you do, or just whatever you're gonna do is gonna be hard, so you just want to do whatever it is that's gonna make you money. Like which one are you? I guess
I think
my question is, which one are you trying to figure out? Of like, are you wanting to follow the joy
and like,
part
do
of
you
it, or
even
are you
want to
wanting
own a
follow the money?
business? Like,
I
Yeah,
guess
it sounds
I
like
mean,
we're
those-
attacking you.
those-
This
no,
is
those
not
are all
what we're
good
doing.
questions. And
I don't even know. I didn't plan on
You-
coming to
you-
that. We're
I
just like
think-
attacking you, but
I
I don't
think
want to
the
be.
only. I think
No,
the
no, no,
reason
no,
we're
no.
asking these questions is because you are the only one that's like kind of made substantial progress.
no.
on.
I mean, I'm.
This is a
more
good
than happy
conversation.
for the
This is
feedback.
hard to hear and hard to say, but I think it's good to say it sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't know, and that's kind of what it boils down to. Like, I don't know if I want just a stable 9 to 5. Know exactly what I'm doing every day. I don't know if I
Like
want
the
to have
airplane
like.
thing.
Yeah. I don't know
And
if
then
I want to
side gigs
have.
on the side. Sorry, keep going. Then.
I don't know if I want to have, a full-time business where I have, 100 employees. I think that one is kind of a no for me. I think I would.
Even if that
Prefer-
meant at
aspect.
the end of the road, 10, 50, 100 milli. Like you see, your airplane mechanic, it's
120,
it's 5
200.
milli max. At the end of your career, like in your life, net worth, that kind of thing.
I think what I've slowly been realizing, and it kind of has taken me a long time, but I used to only think of things that had the most money in them. But now I think I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I can be happy and be content.
Mhm.
Maybe working a regular job, but also just having a little side project that I can have fun with. And
I mean, hustle culture is a pretty real thing, I would have to say.
I think ultimately, like, that's not how I ever imagined my life being. Like, I never thought I would be selling mattresses.
I think most business owners you ask are like, this is not what I imagined I'd be doing. You
Yeah.
know?
I'm still open to anything, though. I mean,
Because I
obviously-
think what it comes down to is
Like,
just what you value in life.
Do you
Yeah.
like? Let's say
Because I think, hold on, I think what it comes down to is what you value. Say someone doesn't care about starting a business, but they care about their family and they just want to spend time with their family, but a 9 to 5 provides that for them. It gives them the stability, the mental stability, I guess, for lack of a better term, of I've got a stable job, I have insurance, I have everything I need, and I can get what I want. I'm not living lavishly, but my most important thing is just family, and I'm steady in that and safe.
I think that's where
it
I'm
comes
at.
down to like what you, because like say you're Alex Hormozy and all he cares about is just like getting money, and that's what he wants.
I don't think
and
that's all that he
That's
cares
not all
about.
he cares about. Sorry, Alex, I love you, but
I don't care. I don't care what he thinks. He can come on the podcast. He cannot. I just don't think that he's fully motivated by money.
no,
I think
no, you're right. But
he's driven by a chip on his shoulder.
but I mean, some people just want money, and so that drives some people. But
I've come to the conclusion, no matter how much money I have, it's never going to be enough. So why not learn to just deal with
what you have,
what I have and have
For-
fun, in my own way, getting enough to survive and
Yeah.
I
spend
mean,
time with my family.
you lived in Mexico City for
That was
a couple
the most
months.
eye-opening experience
And
ever.
so yeah, like anyone that's kind of spent more than 2 months, I'd say even in another country, kind of knows. Sometimes life is just. I mean, there's the anecdote of like this American sees this guy fishing in a different country, and he goes,
Love this
"Hey,
story.
like you could, like why don't you what do you do each day?"
Kind of.
Sorry.
No,
you
you're
can
good.
go.
You can finish your thought.
Okay, I'll make it quick. But he goes, "Hey, like, what do you do all day? Like, you look like you're a pretty good fisherman." He's like, "Oh, well, I fish for the day, eat lunch with my buddies, fish again for some dinner, spend time with my family the rest of the night, wake up, do the same thing." And this American is I don't think it was American. It was just
Like a couple important. Oh, freak! We always. A couple important details. The guy was on a fishing trip, and it's a business owner that paid for a super rich fishing trip, and the guy was making a bit of money fishing all the time.
yeah.
And the business guy was like, "Dude, you know what you should do? You're such a good fisher. You should like get all your friends to work together, and you should like open you should start catching fish and selling them at the market." And the guy's like, "Well, why would I do that?" And he's like, "Well, once you get enough money, then you can like own." Then you can have a whole setup,
You can
and then
go
you can start
spend
packing
some time
them.
in New York. You can go and you can sell, grow, have employees, and then
He's like, "Why would I do that?"
because then you can retire and you can like live. You can spend the rest of your days fishing and spending time with your family. He's like, but that's what I already do. You know.
And so it's like, there's some moral in the story in there, but I don't know what it is. No, I think and that story makes sense. It's like the moral of the story would be, do what you want to do because you want to do it. If you want to be fishing, then have a 9 to 5 and go fishing. If for me, it's about I love businesses and I love building businesses. It's like just so intrinsically
puzzle
interesting.
of a business.
It's so intrinsically interesting to me. And I want to reach my full potential, and I feel like business forces you to reach your full potential. Me asking for feedback about why I'm failing in the business that I have is something that I would never do in any other job. Like because at a job you're just like doing your job, and then like if you get fired, you should go find another job. Maybe you make less, maybe you make more. But like you're not like there are jobs that you can force yourself to grow in, but I see business as a way of like. My full potential is helping, like being a leader, leading other people, building a really big complex product or
I mean,
whatever
small
else.
businesses help the community almost more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But
And anyway, we'll let you go.
and on that note, thank you for watching
not-
episode.
We can't. We're gonna go over this.
Come ride the bike. Start button.
Wait, that's actually crazy.
Bye, Bryce.
Didn't occur to me that he would just.
It's just going.
Are you gonna try to pop a wheelie?
I can't pop a wheelie.
Dude, that's actually. Okay, I
Last
go.
time I popped a wheelie, I fell.
You want to go next or me?
Oh, you?
You want to try it?
Okay, I'm not gonna do a wheelie. Tell me not to do a wheelie.
It will
Don't do a
wheelie
wheelie.
if you pull it even ever so slightly and are not paying attention. So I got an eco
Even
mode.
when it's driving?
Not when it's driving. Please don't crash. Yeah, Emma's the last person I ever want riding my stuff.
It's because I didn't last time. You know, it crashed.
Yeah. And then he crashed his Doofenshmirtz mobile.
Did he?
Did you not hear about that?
No.
He tipped it over in the grass right here when he was turning, broke the key in half. Not even kidding.
Oh my god.
He's gonna run into us. Or the tree.
Or the concrete wall.
So many things he could run into.
Tough.
Is that still eco mode? Or just put it in sport?
It only went to 27, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I left it eco for you. You want to try it, Landon?
That's alright.
You don't want what? Oh.
You want to try it, bro.
Welcome back.
Um.
We went and saw Bryce's bike, and we're gonna. You just saw the clip of it. So we're gonna go. We're gonna talk about the weeds that we meant to talk about before Bryce showed
The
up.
whole since the very beginning, we've been talking about.
We've been building up the anticipation. Sorry to. No, we like the anticipation. I think we'll probably go over some of my weeds today, and then next week we'll kind of really dig into it a little more too.
Okay, well, I want your thoughts. I want to hear the business. I want to hear everything, the thoughts, comments, concern. How detailed do you want to go? Do you care?
I think we can go as detailed as we can in the next. We've got, I think, 10 minutes left of it.
Okay, so bookkeeping. What is bookkeeping? So
I'll go over what I do, or what my business is. So I do bookkeeping for businesses. So essentially what that is, I go in and I basically reconcile bank accounts. I keep track of transactions. I do all kind of the tedious work that most businesses don't want to do because they have more important things to care about. And so they just hand that off to either their accountant or they just do it themselves. And so the hard part that I've found for mine, because I've done outreach, I just haven't done cold calls, done some outreach, but it's either been minimal response or I already have a accountant, and so I don't need anyone. My struggle that I am finding right now is I'm kind of the type of business that I'm starting with bookkeeping is you have to be in the in-between stage for a client, or the client has to be in the in-between stage of I'm getting too big to where I can't either they can't handle the bookkeeping themselves, or they just don't want to, or they don't know how to, or the other problem is they already have a bookkeeper and an accountant that's already taken care of it, and so they don't want to change anything because they've just been doing that already. And so I either have to convince them to switch, or I have to find them at the perfect time where they're like, okay, I've been doing the bookkeeping myself, but I can't take care of it, or I don't know how to and I don't want to take care of it. And so that's the struggle that I'm in, is trying to find clients in that in between. Thoughts, feedback? That's because I've done like everything to prepare for the business. I have everything set up. I just need clients.
I think two things. First, I think to go higher level before I go over the two things, you still don't know if you fully want to do this, because right now we have this podcast and we have school. You have school, or we both have work, and then you have an extra thing, which is school. And so with you working out every day, and I guess working out, you have, this next week in between semesters, but during the semester, how much time do you have to work on the business really?
Per week,
If you are you and if you're not willing to sacrifice your social life, you have 0 to 3 hours max every single week to work on the business. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Or less?
Yeah.
And you're not willing to sacrifice your social life.
I'm willing to sacrifice my social life so that I can get it off the ground.
And so how much
that's kinda my
time
thought
time are you spending on your social life this past semester? How many hours a week? Or average?
Average a week?
Like 1 hour a week, or
Probably like
5?
Like 2 max.
I mean, I think Yeah, sacrifice. I mean, over a 10-week period, that's 20 hours.
Yeah. The hardest part is getting the client.
I don't-
That
I don't-
takes it's like
Do
the
you-
analogy of a plane taking off, right? The most amount of energy spent is the takeoff. Right? So like
I don't know the physics behind taking off, to be honest.
so the being able
potential
to
energy, I
or
don't
I
know.
guess the rocket launch. That's what I'm thinking of. A
Yeah.
rocket launch. The most amount of energy spent is leaving the orbit, right?
But do you?
So the most amount of time and energy is going to be finding
let's say
and getting
you
a
can
client.
somehow have no social life. Okay. How many weeks is this semester?
14 weeks.
And then you have 1 week to prep beforehand. This next week, you have to like ultra lock in, do nothing else besides all of your free time, either on the pod or on this business.
Yeah.
And then, so,
The hard part with that is I'm going on a trip to see my family.
oh, what?
Yeah.
When?
Next week. that's the struggle that I've been trying to figure out is
So you think that if you
is-
get one client, can you even service them?
yeah, cuz bookkeeping doesn't take that much time and energy. Cuz you're really just reconciling accounts, which what that means is you're basically just going in and categorizing transactions.
I like doing
Is
that
it-
for my personal budget.
Yeah, like like that's all it really is categorizing. And then some people are.
So
I'm a little worried
you-
about AI of how much it's gonna affect that business, but right now I say I just go for it and just do what I can. But-
I think
The reason that I've been back and forth on whether or not I do it is because
the time.
the time, but it's probably one of the only businesses that I could start with time unless I try to go social media influencer and just spend that little bit of time to just document my life and go about that, and then just in that extra 3 hours during the week I just edit the videos that I've taken and documented of my life.
So I think if you genuinely know that you can service one customer, well, what do you think the price range is of that?
Like profit?
Monthly.
What do you mean price range?
What are they paying?
Like paying me to do it?
Yeah.
It'd be anywhere between 2 to 500.
And you. So I think that the first step is, I think this may take longer than you would need it to. Niche down.
Mm-hmm.
Find an industry that has people. We're gonna AI it or something. Niching down and picking one particular industry
Mm-hmm.
and reaching out and closing.
To all those.
All of the, okay. I say we just do it, and then you know what you do? You get someone that's above 250, preferably 300. We'll call it 300 to 400. 500 would be the dream. You think that you could service 2 customers if you got a customer if you got 2 customers before the semester started?
I think my goal would be 1 customer before the semester.
If you
'cause
could
that's
get
in a
2,
week.
would you sign the contract for 2?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, to
'Kay,
sign them on.
So
Well,
when does the semester start?
No, I'd probably
When does
before the
this-
semester start, probably just 1 because I
No,
want to make
2.
sure
When does the semester start?
semester starts. I'd have to look again. It starts in either a week or 2 weeks.
But like what day? The 11th?
I
The
think
11th is
so.
a Monday, 2 weeks from now. The 4th is this coming Monday. So the 11th.
I think so. Either that or the 13th, maybe.
As in a Wednesday?
Yeah. Just
And
'cause they
then
did
when
it
are you
weird.
going with your family?
I'll be gone the 6th through the 11th or 12th.
6. Okay, what are you doing Tuesday? Do you work Tuesday the 5th?
Yep.
You do?
Yep. I work every day until I leave.
You do?
Yeah. So this is the struggle that I've been trying to figure out is because I'm working when most businesses are open, so I can't do calls when I'm off work because those businesses are closed. I can't do, like I've tried just messaging, but then it's either minimal response or I already have someone.
So it's today. Okay, I'm gone tomorrow.
So that's the struggle that I'm in is like trying to find the clients because
your
of the niche that they're
schedule?
in, but then my schedule as well.
What's your schedule Monday the 4th? Pull up your calendar. Okay, the reason I'm going over this is I'm saying if he can get a client for $250 a month, he's going to pay for a course that's going to help him figure everything else out. Yes?
Yeah. Monday the 4th, I work all day.
Win to win.
9:30 to 6.
Okay, and then you're gone. Wait, what do you work for, the 5th?
The 5th, I work 12 to 8:30, so I can make some calls in the morning.
Freaking up. Okay. When do you get up on the 5th? No workout on the 5th.
No workout?
No workout on the 5th.
That's dangerous. I lose my temper.
Fine. Workout on the 5th.
The problem is I have to be able to call when they're open. So like, I could start calls at 9, maybe 8, depending on the businesses. See, that's where I'm like, do I even try this? Because my schedule is so out of the loop that, because the days that I'm off work, I go to class.
And then you leave on the 6th?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Please do enlighten me.
I think that
So that's where I'm
you just
wondering.
have to drop out.
Yeah. That's where I'm wondering though if I
What-
do
okay,
just
how-
social media or something.
How miserable is it to extend it a semester or two?
I'm already extending it a semester or two.
Again,
I'm not doing that.
then
It
no
is
business
beyond
until you
miserable.
graduate, bro.
That's what it seems like. I just have to sit with myself and be content with nothing.
There's more to it than that, but I don't want to get into specific details. But
Please do
you
tell.
just need time. Everyone knows you just need time. You need to make time.
Yep.
Just get C's. Working AI your way through the. Is it an easy semester? How much homework do you actually have to do?
I don't know what this upcoming semester is going to look like. You can definitely hear that. Thanks for watching this week. Next week we're going to go into Ammon's Weeds and we're going to do whatever he's doing. Any closing thoughts?
Let me think for a second.
What do you think I should do? It's kind of a sticky situation because I can't, like, Facebook ads and everything. That would just it's pretty tricky, and I don't have the. I could do that, but it doesn't seem feasible where I'm at.
Okay.
This is the dilemma that I've been trying to rack my brain for the past 4 months.
But you think that you can.
Of
And no matter what.
getting a client and if I
I think you
can't
should have
get
to
one,
wait
then
until
do I
you graduate.
even? It's pretty painful doing that. I did that for a semester of just like doing nothing but school, and I feel so stuck in life because college, for any of you watching, I think college is overrated, stupid. Don't do it. I'm doing it, and I'm
What?
telling you not to do it. But I think, like, it's the question of should I even do it? But I've done semesters where I just
So the
haven't
the
worked on
priority
anything.
right now for you, is just school is more important than you starting a business right now. Yes.
Unfortunately,
No, you. I think that this is more of.
I could make a choice on it, but I'm this close to finishing college, so I'm just gonna finish it. But whenever I don't work on something, I just feel so stuck in that I'm going nowhere in life.
I think that you do. Yeah, the only thing that you can do. Not the only thing, but what can you sell? What do you think that you can do? What do you think why social media influencer would go well for you? Because I'm wanting to do that, and I spend a lot of time on that, and I hate myself when I do it. It's unnatural. I hate that everyone else wants to do it. Like it's like trying to be an astronaut, right?
Mhm.
What in 1970, 80% of kids wanted to be 80% of boys wanted to be an astronaut. Now it's something like 60 or 70% of young children, they all say that they want to be an influencer or social media, whatever of some kind.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it's like, I don't know. I hate it. I don't want to be it, but and I feel like I'm behind. I feel like we're years late of where we should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's what it feels like. Anytime I'm not working on something outside of school, it feels like I am way behind, and that I should be way farther than I am.
test. Test.
Why is this what we're doing right now?
So okay, look. Do you want to wait till you get back? Oh, this is probably terrible to listen to. Wait till you get back, and we figure out and game plan a way for you to. You have 5 hours a week, and that you get a client to get 5 hours a week, and then, or you have 5 hours to service and get new clients every week. Is that reasonable to say 5 hours? 2?
I'm probably gonna have to stretch for 5 hours. More
So-
feasible would be 3 or 4.
3. Okay. And then,
Like I need to plan
or do
for
we just
4
say
hours.
your 2 to 3 hours a
just-
week is social media? Do we just entirely pivot until you graduate?
I don't know. So that's what I don't know. I'm like I could pivot and just do and then spend those
Because then
3 hours.
there's so many other entire questions of, is it even going to be worth your time, or what
Mhm.
stories are you going to tell?
Yep.
What media are you going to tell? Is it like, I'm in college and I hate life and I can't wait to start a business? That's all the story is going to be? Or a day in the life of someone that wants to quit college but won't because he's so close, even though he knows that he wants to do something else? Or it's just all this podcast, which is, I'm a finance major, I'm going to school, and we stop talking about how you want to quit, and you just say, I'm a finance major, and this person's starting a business and he sucks at it, and this other person's starting a business and he's bad at it, and this other person doesn't even own a business. I don't know what we're talking about. We might delete all that.
Good thoughts. Good closing
I think
thoughts.
that the closing thought for mine, the problem that has plagued my entire business career to this point is I care too much what other people think about me. And we will talk more about that later
Next week. Thanks for watching.
on the Spaz Podcast.